Carthage Tigers and your
Just about
Republic
set to
Tigers.
get underway for
And we'd like to
boys
extend a
varsity
warm
soccer
welcome
action
to
here
our
at
guests
the
from Carthage.
football
Welcome to
stadium.
the
Some
Carthage
weather rolled in
Tigers
last
players,
night and
coaches, and
forced
fans.
the game
Glad to
over
have
to
you here
the
this
turf
evening
field over at the
on
football
this final night
stadium,
of
and
summer
we're just about set
2021.
to get underway for the
This is
battle of the
Class 4
Tigers as visiting Carthage
matchup, as
comes
well
to
as
town to
Central
take on
Missouri
the
Conference
Republic
matchup.
Tigers.
Let's now meet the starting
And
lineups
listen
for
in to
both
public
teams.
address
First of
announcer
all,
Kim
Carthage
Kinnearum for starting
with an
lineups.
overall record of 4 wins and 2 losses. Here is their starting lineup. At goalkeeper, number 1, Julio Lopez.
Oh my God!
Number 2, Chris Lopez. Defender number 3, Kelberson Hernandez. Defender number 5, Danny Morales. Midfielder number 9, Wellwell. You'll have to help me with the pronunciation on that. At forward number 10, Adrian Garrido. Forward number 11, Lizmer Lopez. Defender number 12, Henry Hernandez. Midfielder number 14, Walter Mejia. Defender number 16, Luis Mejia. And midfielder number 23, George Latham. Carthage Tigers are led by Coach Jacob Osborne, assisted by Butch Lovell. Time now to meet your Republic Tigers starting lineup. 4 wins, 4 losses on the season. Again, coming off wins last week over Neosho and Springfield Parkview. Here are your starters. At forward, senior number 4, Marco Donjuan. Midfielder, senior number 7, Jabali Wanakaya. Midfielder, freshman number 8, Diego Zuniga. Sophomore midfielder number 10, Santino Stalanis. Defender, sophomore number 11, Xavier Olshafer. Junior midfielder number 12, Ethan Meyer. Senior defender number 14, Marcus Mitchell. Junior defender number 15, Gage Fisher. Sophomore defender number 26, Talise Schreiber. Midfielder sophomore number 33, Kleber Perez. And your Tiger goalkeeper, senior number 36, Drake Lightfoot. The officials for tonight's match, Nate Hicks, Elias Lairmore, and Rick Lairmore. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to the start of tonight's match, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, if you would, remove your hats to honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
Well.
Oh, no way.
Well.
Right.
40 minutes up on the clock, and this one just about set to get underway as both teams take the field. Republic 4-4 on the season. Carthage comes in with a record of 4-2. I was looking it up earlier today, and no class rankings on Max Preps, which was the only website with soccer rankings up in the area, and Carthage comes in at 22 in the state overall, regardless of class. So 22 in the state for Carthage. Republic comes in at 66th rank in the state. These teams both in the same district, so they could potentially meet each other later this season in the playoffs as well. Carthage seemingly with the advantage tonight, and it's underway. If you couldn't hear it earlier, I will give you the starting lineups. For Carthage, Julio Lopez starts in goal. 5 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 2 forwards for the Tigers. Chris Lopez, Cleverson Hernandez, Danny Morales, Henry Hernandez, and Luis Mejia in defense. Wele, Walter Mejia, and George Latham at midfield. Adrian Garrido and Clismer Lopez in attack, as Lightfoot picks that one up for Republic, and they a little bit of a different formation for them. 4, 5, and then 1 lone attacker. Drake Lightfoot starts in goal. Xavier Olshafer, Marcus Mitchell, Gage Fisher, and Tele Schreiber in defense. Jabali Wanakaya, the freshman Diego Zuniga, Santino Stalanis, Ethan Meyer, and Kleber Perez round out the midfield, and Marco Donjuan, the lone attacker today. Still no Will Fronnebaugher. He is still out with an injury, as well as Braden Tharp. So, again, take the Tigers' record of 4-4 with a grain of salt. 2 of their better players out for at least the first 8 games of this one. The last time we were at a soccer broadcast, they lost to Ozark 1-3. Kind of a heartbreaker there. They had the lead for the majority of the game, and then Ozark with 3 unanswered points in the second half. They came back and won that one. But they've won 2 out of their last 2 games. They won 2 last week, one against Neosho and 1 over Springfield Parkview. Only 1 common opponent do these 2 Tigers teams share. They both have beaten Willard this season. Republic 3-0 and Carthage 5-0. Ball rolls all the way out to the track, and Carthage going to collect it to take a corner kick. Just 2 minutes into this one. Carthage with possession for most of these first 2 minutes.
Corner kick, Carthage.
Good kick toward the goal. Kicked away and then kicked straight up, and I think handball called against Carthage right there, I believe. Did not see a signal, but that's the only thing that I can think of at this point. Well, the rain kicked us over to the football stadium last night. It's a great night for soccer tonight. 69 degrees at kickoff. 13 mile an hour wind, which is one of the big reasons that I'm excited to be in the football stadium tonight and not out in the open in the soccer field. Garrido with it on the side, gets out of trouble and kicks it back to Hernandez, and now back to the back line. 5 defenders for Carthage. As I said a moment ago, in Carthage on the season, 5 defenders, and that is a big reason for their early season success. They've only allowed 5 goals against them. They have 18 goals for them on the season, and then only 5 against them, compared to Republic's 15 and 15. So Carthage with the advantage there. And then obviously if you're scoring more goals than you're giving up, you're going to win most of the games. They do have a 4-2 record, and they have another corner kick from the far side. One disadvantage of being at the football field is that a lot harder to tell numbers from this far away. It's a lot easier when you are on the field 5 yards from the out of bounds line. A lot easier to read numbers from here. So in the far corner, I believe that is number 10, Garrido. Adrian Garrido taking the corner kick for Carthage. First attempt knocked out of the way by Gage Fisher, so we'll go again. This time to lay it off. And Wanakaya on defense out at the 10-yard line. Shot goes left to the goal. No challenge for Lightfoot. And so he'll bring it out for a goal kick.
Carthage shot on goal wide to the left.
Light foot stutter steps, and now comes up, and that one goes 60 yards right to Donjuan in midfield. Another advantage of being at the football field is you can easily tell how far away a shot is taken or how far a pass goes, things like that. A lot easier with the yard markers. Zuniga loses it for a second just on the right side of midfield and then gets it all the way up to Donjuan. Donjuan through pass looking for Wanakaya on the right wing. He's able to turn the corner, and now Wanakaya with it in the corner. He's just going to let it go out of bounds, set himself up for a throw-in. Good through ball from Marco Donjuan looking for the senior Jabali Wanakaya. Sorry if I was quiet there. My microphone keeps falling away from me. Throw comes in and headed out of bounds for a Carthage goal kick. Julio Lopez grabs it with two hands and now brings it out to the front of the box for a drop kick. Goes up, and Marcus Mitchell with a header at the 45-yard line. Sends it up a little bit further all the way up to Perez, and now Carthage back with possession. It's Mejia in midfield. He looks down to Lopez off the right wing, and that one's intercepted by the defense of Republic. Kicked back to Lightfoot immediately looking for Zuniga. Doesn't get him, and now Carthage going to pass it around again. Donjuan comes up to challenge. He's able to get it. And Stalinese comes up with a big through ball looking for Wanakaya. Has too much oomph on it. Going to roll all the way out for Lopez for another throw in, and he just rolls it up to Lopez. Lopez pass up to midfield. Finds Perez, the midfielder for Republic, and now Stalinese trying to go to work. Gives it to Zuniga. Zuniga knocked down from behind, able to keep possession of it, but a foul is going to be called. So Marcus Mitchell will step up to kick the free kick for Republic at the 42-yard line from the left hash. Marco Donjuan, forward today, is also the kicker for the football team, and he would not be hitting a field goal from here if this was a football game. And now off the free kick, Marco Donjuan heads it in the goal. Great goal from him, and Donjuan tells the fans to get into it a little bit over here on the right sideline. Quick goal for Republic, not even 7 minutes into this one from 52 yards out from goal. Marcus Mitchell lays up the free kick, and Donjuan heads it in goal to give the Republic Tigers an early lead. Oh, that was fast. I was not expecting to score one from that far out, but just a great ball from Marcus Mitchell, and Donjuan in the right spot. Leads the team in goals, and he adds to it there. Of course, having to carry more of the workload in the attacking side of the ball with no Will Frontebarger through 8 games this season, and then still on the sideline for this 9th one as well. Perez loses it momentarily, lays it up for Stalinese. Stalinese double-teamed, works it back toward the middle of the field, and now loses it. Able to get it back, though. Now Zuniga with it. He gets double-teamed and goes to the deck. Gets back up, and Carthage does clear it out for a second. Right to Marcus Mitchell, though. Mitchell with the left foot tries to get it to Stalinese, unable to do so. Wanakaya steps up. He can't get there either. Carthage with it on the left wing. Good job by the defense of Republic. That was Tally Schreiber coming up from his defensive spot. Kicks it out of bounds and forces a Carthage throw-in. Gives Republic time to collect themselves on defense. Stalinese kicks that one off of a Carthage midfielder. And so Republic now with the throw-in towards Wanakaya on the far side. Doesn't get it all the way to him. Stalinese gets it knocked away from him, and so it'll be another Republic throw-in. Couldn't tell who was taking it, but they helped me out and gave it to Marcus Mitchell instead. Mitchell looking for Wanakaya, not on the same page, goes right to Carthage, but Republic lucks out, gets it back. Wanakaya left-footed pass over to Diego Zuniga. Zuniga trying to turn the corner, gets it knocked away for a Carthage throw-in. Now Republic kind of controlling possession for the last 5 minutes. Wanakaya gets one taken away from him. Through pass trying to come in. Unsuccessful, and then right back to the through ball. And that time it finds Wele. And Wele swarmed at about the 10-yard line. Able to keep it momentarily, but then Republic defense clears it away up to midfield. Morales in the center of that 5-man defensive front. And looks like they allow the backs, the right and left back, to run a long ways. The 3 center backs going to stay focused at around the 50, 45-yard line right now. But the the right and left backs all the way up to about the 15 on that attack. And so they have 5 defenders back there as a foul comes in. It's going to be Republic ball. So 5 defenders back there, but the 2 on the outside, able to run a little bit freely down the sideline and help in on the attack, and that's exactly what they're doing on that one, but not able to put one in the goal. 30-40 left, and Mitchell from the opposite side of midfield. This time he does not go deep, and he lays it off for Ethan Meyer, who bad touch to that one, gets it taken away. And now it's Wele with it at midfield. Chip pass over, looking for that right backer, but it gets taken away by Zuniga. Zuniga through his legs, and now sends it over to Perez at midfield. Perez dumps it off behind him. Schreiber comes up from the right back spot, and now he loses it, running a little bit out of control on that one. So now Republic defense has to collect themselves, but no need as the through ball looking for Garrido goes well long, and Lightfoot picks it up. Republic leads at the 30-minute mark in the first half. Goal by Marco Donjuan with 33 left. Got a good stop there by Garrido, or a good settle rather by Garrido. A little scorpion kick action to keep Vaughn in front of him, but unfortunately rolls out of bounds. Republic throws it in. Perez chip pass to Stalanis. Stalanis loses it and then gets it right back. Zuniga sends it up a little bit further. Wanakaya in the vicinity. He can't get there. Now Carthage with it at the 30-yard line over to the left wing. Mitchell off the throw-in, gets his body on the ball, knocks it over to Wanakaya. Wanakaya goes ahead and clears it out. Mejia, the left back, and he's taking this throw in for Carthage toward the middle, and Lopez, or Perez rather, gets it out of there. Gets the Tigers out of trouble for a second, and now it's Latham with it at midfield, looking for the right back. Good through ball, and then over on the corner, Hernandez almost made a heck of a play to get past a couple of Republic defenders. Loses it out of bounds and gets it back for a throw-in. Throws it to Lopez. Lopez toward the middle of the field, and now back out to Hernandez. Hernandez from a crossing position right to Lightfoot. Put it too close to the goal, and Lightfoot just 2 or 3 steps out. Makes the catch and then drop kicks one. Angled it too far to the sideline, though. It goes out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Republic loses the throw-in, and so Lopez steps up to take another one for Carthage, looking for Hernandez. His header toward Garrido gets knocked away. Another Carthage throw-in. They're just working their way up the sideline. Mejia to Garrido in the corner. Back to Mejia. Mejia left-footed shot right down the pipe, and Lightfoot drops to a knee. Fields the grounder and keeps Carthage out of the score column. 27:30 left in the first half. Deep kick, Donjuan boxes out his defender, trying to get it. Ball goes over his head and all the way back into the goal box. Lopez catches it about chest height. Now he'll drop kick one out on the right of the hash mark over toward the sideline. Gets by a couple of Carthage defenders. Hard touch from Fisher, but he gets it back, and now it's Zuniga with it on the sideline. He's got speed, going to go to work here, and 3 Carthage defenders come around him, and he loses it. Through ball going in towards Wele. Wele goes out of bounds. He's not able to get there. Mitchell on defense, and now he takes a quick throw in over the head of Zuniga and up to Hernandez. Hernandez trying to put one to Wele. Wele in the middle of the field, cleared out by Republic defense right to Wanakaya. Wanakaya lets the spin die down and now kicks one. Looking for Donjuan. Donjuan can't quite get there, but Lopez doesn't settle it great on the first try, and Donjuan slide tackle out of bounds. And so Lopez will trot on over onto the track and get it for a throw-in. Substitutions coming in, 3 for Carthage, 1 for Republic. For Republic, it's Caleb Hicks Coming in at midfield for Perez. Good pass there, and a lot of empty space for Carthage in the middle of the field, but Republic does a good job to swarm. Hicks, his first touch, misses the pass to Schreiber for a turnover, and then Republic lose it out of bounds. And Wanakaya putting a lot of pressure on it now. Hicks in there as well, and Carthage saves it from going out of bounds momentarily, running along the sideline, and Stalanis got a touch to it, and now Carthage going on the counterattack. They've got a pretty even counterattack right now, looking for a through pass, doesn't quite get there. Schreiber drops back and just kicks it out of bounds with his right foot to force the Carthage throw in the red zone, down on the goal line. Kicked out immediately by Caleb Hicks. Mejia to Latham. Latham tries to lay one off, and he gets through the first line, and then Gage Fisher comes in and bails out his teammate. Couldn't quite see who that was. Someone let the ball go by him, and Fisher had to run up and get it. Wele with a run, and he was offsides. Man, I was excited to be at the football stadium tonight, but it is challenging to see what is going on the far side of the field when you do not know the numbers or the players of the other team. It is a bit more challenging than being on the soccer field. So Hicks on the right wing to Donjuan, right back to Hicks after Donjuan couldn't get there. Now it's Mejia, and he clears it all the way downfield. To Republic's defense, Zuniga fields it at the 45-yard line. Looking for Wanakaya, gets bumped a little bit, might have wanted a foul there, nothing called. Fisher gets tripped up. Turf Monster got him there, ball back with Zuniga. Chip pass to Donjuan, and he was well offsides, just past the 35-yard line. Not sure exactly what just happened there. I thought that Carthage was bringing it back for a free kick, and then Donjuan just took it. I think that is exactly what happened. I think Donjuan thought that the free kick already came in for Carthage and saw the ball rolling slowly toward him and decided to have a crack at it, but now Lopez does take the free kick. Actually didn't put the ball back in the right spot. He lost about 10 yards on that free kick. Doesn't really matter as he was not going for goal with it anyway. Mitchell, far sideline, within the 10-yard line. Gives it to Stalanis. Stalanis backtracks and now loses possession of it on the right sideline. Pass comes in a little too far in front of the Carthage midfielder. Wanakaya gets it and then gives it to Zuniga. Zuniga cuts it back to midfield over to Meyer. Zuniga lays it off, and probably a poor decision there as him and Fisher not on the same page, and he lets it go. But Fisher was not as close as Zuniga thought he was. And another substitution coming in for Republic. Wanakaya gonna come off for Connor Van Metre. So the junior comes in for the senior. Wanakaya on the bench for a minute. Mitchell's throwing goes to Zuniga at the 30 or the 25-yard line. He gets it taken away from him. And then Meyer comes in and tries to retake possession for Republic. He loses it out of bounds. And Hernandez steps up for the throw-in. Throwing to Latham, back to Hernandez. Back to Latham, and now in the middle. Good job for passing from Carthage. Mejia off in the middle. Had space in the middle, but they choose to go out to the left wing. Left-footed cross comes in. Gets by a couple, but no one home for Carthage for the rebound opportunity. Cleared out by Xavier Olshafer. Carthage with it at the 45-yard line. Pretty good cross right there from Carthage. Couldn't tell who that was. Got by two Republic defenders, and then Lightfoot whiffed on it as well. Mitchell missed on it on the near side, and then Olshafer volleyed it out of there. Just no one near the goal for Carthage to try to get a second chance opportunity at one. Through ball looking for Hernandez. Doesn't get there. Olshafer cuts it off. And he gets shoved to the ground on the near side toward the corner and for a Republic free kick. Olshafer tried to change directions, and Hernandez coming in too hot to put the brakes on in time, and he just barreled through Olshafer. Be a foul, and Lightfoot out of the goal box to take this one all the way up to Latham. Latham, kind of a wild header there. It goes out of bounds. And Van Metre, and he's going to give it to Ethan Meyer. Now Myers looking deep for Van Metre. Takes one. Oh, I thought Van Metre took one to the face right there. I think it got him on the shoulder. Just took a volley from point blank straight off the shoulder. Did Connor Van Metre. Pretty loud thump on it too. Just glad that it did not get him in the face, because that's one where you're not coming back in for a while if you take that one to the face. I mean, that was absolute point blank off of the foot of Hernandez, I believe, and he throws it in. Header goes long to Donjuan. Donjuan making a move on the near side, having to reverse field. Sends it up to Will Brock, who checked in for Republic, and now he immediately gets it stolen away from him. Hernandez with it, and Meyer with a block. With some spin coming off of that one, Donjuan gets a header to it. Carthage has to clear it out on the near side. Van Metre once again, just puts it on the ground for Meyer. Meyer up to Donjuan. Donjuan sells it with his chest. Weak pass, but able to get it back to Zuniga, and Donjuan taken out by number 19, who has subbed in the game for Carthage. That is Titus Eddings. No, that's Republic JV. Let me flip the page over. Nazar Garcia was the culprit on the foul, and he gives up the Republic free kick, so they're going to bring some people forward toward the box. Scored on one earlier, this one a little further out. Mitchell unable to connect. Hicks was the closest one there, but he doesn't get there, not able to get the ricochet either, and then Carthage just blades one out of bounds. It's going to be a Republic throw-in. I think that hit a Republic manager down there. She looks to be okay. Quick throw-in for Republic. Looking for Hicks on the run. Not able to get there, and Carthage lets it roll for a goal kick. Julio Lopez lays it off for Chris Lopez. Now Lopez kicks one up towards midfield, knocked around a few times, and Carthage able to settle it for the moment. Hicks in pursuit, long through pass coming in. Fisher clears it, didn't get a good foot to it though, kind of weakly rolled it up to the 40-yard line. Carthage able to retake it, looking for Wele. Wele on the far side of Fisher. Lays it off for Lightfoot. He might have been out of the box though. And Lightfoot was out of the box, so it's a Carthage free kick from just outside the box, about halfway into the end zone. So about 5 yards from the goal, but it's at a hard angle too. 5 yards from the goal line, I believe. Or I mean. Garrido steps up to take this one from the tight angle. Maybe less than 5 yards from the back of the end zone, maybe only 3 yards. It's just Ethan Meyer forming the wall. Everybody else just going to in the box, and Garrido goes for goal, goes over the crossbar. Lightfoot doesn't have to move for that one, and so Republic able to hold on to their 1-0 lead a little bit longer, just under 17 to go in the first half. Donjuan's goal in the 33rd minute, still all that's on the scoreboard right now. Lightfoot looking for Zuniga, kicked around back to Mitchell. Mitchell with the left foot up to Donjuan. Donjuan pops it straight up with the header. Latham with a header for Carthage. Now all the way up to Hernandez on the sideline, cut off by Van Metre. Laid off for Olshafer. Olshafer loses it, gets it back, and then loses it once more. Carthage clears it up to Mitchell, who pops it up, goes about 15 yards in the head. Olshafer was not looking, took it off his shoulder, and now Zuniga fighting for possession. He goes down, and there's going to be a Carthage foul. Not a whole lot of contact there, but Zuniga goes to the ground. And Mitchell takes the free kick quickly, thought he was going to get it over the head of Lopez and give Donjuan a shot at it, but Lopez jumped and was barely able to get ahead to that one, and now Carthage looking to go on the counterattack on the far side, able to keep it in bounds for a second, kicked away by Fisher, and then Fisher blades it out of bounds.
Number 15 in the lineup now for Carthage. And checking in for Republic.
Wanakaya checks in for Diego Zuniga. Couple of headers after the Carthage throw in. Carthage with it for a second. Between the hashes now, bad pass there, and Mitchell comes up to get it. Will Brock had it for a second, kicked away. Van Mitri now loses it. Olshafer over to Ethan Meyer, lays it off for Mitchell behind him. Now kicks it up to nobody, and Carthage able to get it from a dangerous spot. Garrido on the right side, just outside the box, now working his way in the box toward the sideline. Powerful cross comes in way over the head of everybody. And Caleb Hicks sends it out of bounds at about the 20-yard line for a Carthage throw-in. Quickly taken. Latham toward midfield, and now a run on the far side, but the pass came in behind him. Carthage defender, or Carthage player on the ground, no call. Shot goes in, Lightfoot collects it, and now we're going to check on that player. Still unable to tell who that player was for Carthage, but Lightfoot up past the 40. Latham just took a rocket of a pass from not very far away. Went hard off of him. Carthage able to come down with it, and now a turnover. Wanakaya gets by Latham and gets it kicked away. Able to keep possession, and now a spin move. No good, loses it. And now that pass back to Latham. Latham with it with space at midfield. Kicks it off of Van Mitri. Olshafer knocks it away. Over to Brock, and then Brock turns it back over right away. Garrido passes it to another Carthage Tiger. And cleared away by Caleb Hicks back to the defense. As Eric Garcia, that is checked in for Carthage, number 8, had it for a second there. And taken down from behind. I think that's Donjuan who's going to get charged with a foul. Garcia got taken down from behind. So a free kick from the 10-yard line, but well to the side, so probably some 30, 35 yards out. Garrido, the set-piece specialist. He looks at his option here. Here's the whistle. And this time he's going to send in a cross, and a header was put on it, but it went well wide. Not a whole lot of power on it either. Trying to find out who that was. Number 18, Jorge Lopez. Got ahead to that one, but went wide right. And I just figured out that if I do not know a Carthage name immediately, I should just go with Lopez. Believe there's 5 of them on the varsity roster. Makes it a little bit easier for me. Donjuan sends it to Wanakaya. He misses the second touch there. Has to backtrack and gets kicked away by Latham. Latham gets a pass past Fisher. Back to the middle to Latham. Wanakaya gets a foot to it, and then Latham loses it, and they're going to call a free kick against Republic. Latham goes down. I believe Van Mitri was in there. No, not Van Mitri. It was Stalinese. Wanakaya knocked it away for a second. Stalinese came flying in there trying to secure possession for Republic. And took down Latham in the process. So now Garrido from the left hash, from the 15-yard line, so 25 yards out. 3-man Carthage wall in front of the 4-man Republic wall, trying to hinder their line of vision. Goes for goal over it, and probably about 5 or so feet over the crossbar. Lightfoot really had no problems in the first half tonight. I feel like Carthage has a decent time of possession. They've had a lot of chances, but just no shot has really been on target or near the goal. So now just a few seconds under 10:30 to go in the first half. Lightfoot looking for Stalinese. He can't get there, but taken away by Fisher. And then Fisher's pass looking for Xavier Olshafer. The left back goes wide and out of bounds. Carthage going to take a quick throw in. Mitchell comes flying in. He gets a touch to it. Zuniga now trying to get it back for Republic. He's checked back in. And Zuniga able to kick it away over to Stalinese. Back to Zuniga in between the hashes. He tried to go for a pass, got it knocked away, came back to him, and now loses it for good. And Carthage with it at midfield. Looking to the left sideline, able to find a man over there. Give and go back to Lopez. Wanakaya with it for a second, and then Zuniga got a touch to it, but back to Carthage, and now a shot comes in on goal. That one was on target, but cleared away by Fisher. Never got a chance to make it to Lightfoot, and now another one, a header comes in. Nothing doing there. Lays it off for Lopez. Lopez blocked by Mitchell, and that one with a lot of spin on it. Lightfoot has to make the adjustment, comes out and dives on it to make the stop. So a lot of pressure right there from Carthage. Couple of shots taken. Stalinese down tying his shoe, so Lightfoot going to give him a second before he gets this one out of time, and now sends up the drop kick just across midfield, looking for Perez, who is checked back in for Republic. Missed a lot of substitutions at some point during this game. Carthage with possession for the last few minutes. Cross comes in. That one in a dangerous spot and well to the right of the goal. Trying to see who that was on. And they're going to say it was deflected by one of the Republic defenders, either Olshafer or Fisher. So it's going to be a corner. That explains why that one was so far away from the goal, because it was a good opportunity for Carthage right in front of the net. Good job by the Republic defense to get a foot on it. Now Garrido's kick from the right side doesn't connect with anyone near the box. Gets kicked out to Lopez. Headed around a couple of times. Now Donjuan tackled from behind, and he goes down. So a Republic free kick from the 15-yard line. Republic needs to get the ball over onto the other side of midfield. They've been on the defense a lot here in the last few minutes. Still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Lightfoot over the head of Perez. Stalinese comes down with it for Wanakaya, and then kicked all the way up past Zuniga. He was turned. He doesn't have a chance at that one. To the 10-yard line for Lopez. Lopez up to Garrido. Garrido gets it kicked around. Takes a lucky Carthage bounce there. Back to Garrido. Threads one past Ethan Meyer, and now with space over in the middle of the field. Through pass in on the left sideline. And now left-footed cross comes in looking for Lopez. Can't find him. Latham gets it back for Carthage, and now he just lets it go over to the left sideline. Back with Latham. Latham sends one in. It gets kicked back to Lopez in the middle of the field. Knocked away by Olshafer. Back to Lopez. And Stalinese kicks it out. Schreiber clears it out of bounds. He finishes the job. So good job for Republic to keep Carthage out of the goal for at least a few more moments. Done a good job tonight, but there's been a lot of Carthage opportunities so far. Would definitely like to see Republic control the ball a little bit more in the second half with this lead. 1-0 on the Marco Donjuan goal. Throw in back to Latham at the 25-yard line. Looking across the field. Welle heads it backwards. Sent out of bounds by Ethan Meyer. Quick throw in taken by Carthage. It's Garrido. Back to Lopez. Lopez chips one in right to Lightfoot, who runs out of the end zone to field that one. Deep throw over to midfield to Donjuan. Donjuan can't get there, and then Lopez clears it up to the 30-yard line over the head of the Carthage attacker, and then sent out of bounds by Fisher. And Republic can just not keep possession or formulate an attack right now. Ball's been on Republic's defensive side of the field for pretty consistently for like the last 8 or so minutes now. Ball comes in the box. Republic can only clear it away a little bit. Up to Latham. Latham over to Lopez. Lopez, good cross comes in. Lightfoot with the diving stop and then ricocheted around. Lightfoot laying on the ground. Got a touch to it and it squeaks in the goal. It's a tie ball game, or did they call offsides on that one? Might have been offsides, and now that I think about it, pretty sure it was offsides. And the goal is waved off, so it just amounts to a goal kick. So the shot comes in, or the pass comes in, Lightfoot knocks it away, but the last Carthage attacker was way past the last Republic defender, and offsides applies on the ricochet, or the rebound. Either or. That was a very poor job of explaining what just happened. Point is, no goal for Carthage. Lightfoot clears it out, and Latham with a strong header up over the head of Meyer. Olshafer with it for a second, looking for Zuniga. Can't get it all the way up to him. Now Stalinese trying to get it to Wanakaya. Wanakaya gives up on his run. He wasn't going to get there. Over to the Carthage bench off of the head of Mejia. And so it's a Republic throw in right in front of the Carthage bench. Caught a lucky break. Offsides called on the goal. So the score remains 1-0. Donjuan trying to get in position for this ball. Gets swarmed by Carthage. And now help comes in from Perez. Kicked around to Zuniga, who gives it back to Donjuan. Donjuan going toward midfield with the left foot. Kicks in a pass blocked by Carthage's defense. Now back to Stalinese. Stalinese has to play it back. And something been called at the 10-yard line. It's going to amount to a Republic free kick. I have no idea what was called. Either a handball or a foul. I know Marco was on the ground for a moment, but nothing to warrant a penalty, I don't believe. And now Republic and Carthage arguing about where that one should go. And yeah, a card has been issued onto Lopez. That's Chris Lopez gets the card. I did not see what happens there, but he gets the yellow, so it's going to send him over to the Carthage sideline. Now the referee in on the conversation now about where Republic can take this free kick from. It looks as though they've settled on about the 18-yard line. Center cut for Donjuan if he wants to go for goal. 5-man Carthage wall being set up. It's Mitchell and Donjuan both there. And now Mitchell going to go in the box on the left side, and one of the taller guys on the field, and then Wanakaya, maybe the tallest guy on the field, but Donjuan with it now right in the middle of the field, 18 yards away. Make it 28 yards away. It's on the 18-yard line. So within striking distance for Donjuan. Here comes, he does go for goal off the crossbar. Ricochets out, and Carthage able to get it back for a second. Donjuan trying to get the ball back. And spin move from Donjuan, kicked out of bounds by Carthage. And Donjuan gets a rocket off there and straight off of the crossbar. Comes all the way out to about the 20-yard line before anyone can get a foot on it. And then Stalinese throw goes right to a Carthage defender. Wele under it. And he is able to have possession, fighting Donjuan, and Zuniga dumps it off for a teammate, and so Republic unable to capitalize on the free kick from good position. Donjuan off the crossbar. Would have been a great goal, just about a foot higher than it needed to be. Mitchell heads it into Lightfoot, who fields it. 3:10 left on the clock here in half number 1. 1-0, Republic still on top. Latham sends it up. Cleared on the far side. Wanakaya heads it over onto the left side of the field. Donjuan can't get there in time. Zuniga in pursuit. Zuniga off his left foot out of bounds. Carthage going to take the throw in. Up to Wele. And Wele pass Wanakaya over to Latham. Latham with a good left-footed pass to Crossfield. Over to the left wing. And a rough first touch there from the Carthage attacker. Now they get cleared away from Republic. Not sure if that's a goal kick or a corner. Looks like it's going to be a corner based on everybody running toward the goal. Couldn't tell who that was last out on. 2:07 left. Garrido with it from the far corner. Quite a few corners taken for Carthage in this first half. I believe this is number 4. Garrido, pretty good cross there, but just a little bit too close to the goal. No one from Carthage able to get the angle on that one or get there in time, either one. It's so Lightfoot. Biggest play he's made tonight was that diving punch out of the ball on the cross. Carthage scored on the rebound but was called offsides as Lightfoot was laying on the ground. His punch went right to a Carthage attacker. Sends it up to Donjuan. Zuniga trying to get there on the left near sideline. Doesn't, but forces Carthage to kick it out of bounds. And so Republic will send players forward for the throw-in. Mitchell comes up from the 45-yard line. 1:12 on the clock. Republic would love to go ahead 2-0 before the half. Throw over the head of Zuniga. Meyer takes it off the arm, and so that's going to be a handball. 1 minute left. Quick free kick taken from Carthage. Goes right to Perez. Perez up to Donjuan, who lays it off for Wanakaya. And then Donjuan ends back up with it. Has to kick it over his head and has Perez on the run, but Perez gets outran. Good play by Hernandez to come back for Carthage. Perez pretty much had nothing but goal in front of him. Now time called. Not sure what that conversation was about between Danny Morales and one of the officials. So Republic throwing 30 on the clock. Looking for Zuniga. Zuniga cross in, gets blocked. Latham in the area. Now looking for Donjuan in front of the goal. He gets it knocked away from him. And now it's Lopez trying to go on a run. Gets it cut off by Perez. And now Latham sends it all the way upfield. Blocked at the last second by the last defender, Schreiber. And now he gets it taken away from him. Wele over to Garrido. 5 seconds left on the cross. Garrido trying to find Latham before the end of the half. Cleared away by Zuniga. And that'll do it for half number 1. Republic 1-0 lead. Marco Donjuan scored a goal over half an hour ago in the 33rd minute of this one. And it is 1-0 going into the half. 1-0 is the score. Republic on top of Carthage. And this would be kind of a big upset if Republic can keep this one under wraps. But if you look at it from another angle, Republic is 13-3 lifetime, I believe, against Carthage. I think they've only beaten Carthage 3 times out of 16 appearances. But unfortunately for Carthage, Republic is 2-0 in playoff games. Carthage has never beaten Republic in district play, including last year. Republic got the better of Carthage in a game here in this stadium. That game went into penalty kicks, and believe Republic won 13-12 on penalty kicks after it was all said and done to advance to the finals against Nixa. They lost that one. Both the guys and girls lost in the district championship game to Nixa last year, if I recall correctly. 1-0 the score in this one. Marco Donjuan with the goal in the 33rd minute. That is all that is on the scoreboard right now. Carthage with a lot of opportunities, not a lot of shots on goal. They did put one in the back of the net on a ricochet after a Drake Lightfoot block, but it was called back for offsides. Right now, it looks like Carthage is going to get a free kick from a pretty good spot about 31, 32 yards away from the goal, right in the middle of the field, though. So good spot. Donjuan almost made it 2-1 earlier on a free kick from a similar spot. Put it right off of the crossbar. Came back out, and Republic unable to put it in from that. So 1-0 is where we stand right now. That one good for 3 points in a football game, but Garrido, unfortunately, still out of the goal column here in this one. David Brazil right now over at volleyball in the basketball court. Oh, actually, this game will be posted later, so not right now. A couple hours ago, David was doing volleyball with assistant principal Eric Stevens. And no better person to do color commentary on a volleyball game than Mr. Stevens, let me tell you. Zuniga with a good run, tries to lay off a through pass for Wanakai all the way up for Lopez. He'll field it and roll it out to the right wing. No, Mr. Stevens, you look at Mr. Stevens and, Mr. Stevens has tried out for Jeopardy before, calculus teacher before he was a principal. Super smart guy, but looks can be deceiving. Little do you know that Mr. Stevens can flat out play some volleyball. And I was a recipient of that firsthand one day in Lifetime Sports senior year. Mr. Stevens came walking into the gym during our volleyball unit as a through ball comes in here all the way up to Wele, puts on the brakes and now has to backtrack as Republic's defense comes in. Wele still with it, kicked away now all the way back up to the 25, but Mr. Stevens comes in as we're playing volleyball, and I convinced Mr. Stevens to hop in and play with us for a couple of points, and that turned out to be a very bad life decision for me as the cross comes in over the goal. Lightfoot going to get out of there with a goal kick. So Mr. Stevens said, yeah, sure, I play. I kind of meant for Mr. Stevens to join my team and help us win the volleyball game, but instead he joined the other team. And so we were playing, and he was absolutely killing us, just acing us over and over again. We finally got a return or knocked one up in the air, got a little bit of a rally going, and Mr. Stevens ended up at the net, hit one over, and I dove to my right and set it straight up in the air. I'm laying on the ground, and I popped it straight up on the net right in front of Mr. Stevens, who I thought would take pity on a student who was laying there defenseless on the ground facing the net, but no, he spiked it straight on top of me. I just put my hands up in defense, knocked it straight back up to him, in which he responded with another spike straight down on top of me again, to which I blocked straight back up a third time, and that one, Stevens put it right on top of me, and I was unable to get it back. That man slammed 3 spikes down in a row on top of me playing volleyball in Lifetime Sports senior year, and I'll never forgive him for it. But the point is, good color man to have on a soccer broadcast for David over there. So consider you guys lucky if you watched that one too, that I was not in the broadcast booth for that. But Mr. Stevens says he has much more volleyball knowledge than I do, as Republic fouled just on their side of midfield for a long Marcus Mitchell free kick. This is how they scored their one goal earlier in the 33rd minute, and Mitchell not going to do much there, just gives it to Ethan Meyer, who gets taken out kind of rough from Garrido from behind, and a foul is going to be called. A free kick given for Republic. Garrido came flying in there and took out Meyer from behind, and so Mitchell just a yard or so in from the left hash, right on the 30-yard line, so 40 yards out. Maybe a little long to go for goal here. Let's look for Mitchell to try to pop one up, and if I'm him, I'm looking for Wanakaya on the run, and he's going to go for goal anyway, or at least that was the result. Don't know if it was intentional or not. Lopez dives to his right and comes down with it. Not sure if that was going to go in the goal or not, or hit the crossbar. It looked like it was going to be wide to me, but Lopez collects it either way, and now Perez cuts it back towards midfield for Republic, puts it off for Wanakaya. Wanakaya doesn't get there. So Perez with the turnover, and now Schreiber sends it all the way across the field. No Republic player 30 yards within the vicinity. And now Mitchell knocks over Garrido going for the ball. Carthage back with it at the 45-yard line. It's Mejia and Garrido. Garrido left foot crosses the field of play. Looking for Mejia on the left side, too far out in front of him. Lets it go out of bounds the back way for a free kick. So Lightfoot kicks it out just short of midfield to Donjuan. Good settle right there. Backwards pass to Zuniga. Zuniga gets it taken away from Lopez. Ball rolling towards the sideline, and a good job by Olshafer to just let that one go out of bounds. And let Marcus Mitchell come up and take it for the throw-in. Looking for Wanakaya, doesn't get it, but it ricochets to Stalinese. Stalinese over to Perez. Perez chip through ball looking for Wanakaya. Donjuan also there. Bicycle kick clearance from Lopez. Doesn't get very much distance on it, so still on Republic's attacking side of midfield. Kicked around, and now Carthage with the ball. Loses it, though. Zuniga takes it at the 45-yard line, taken out from behind by Latham. Wanakaya got a back heel to it, but that was all, and Carthage back with possession. So ball getting kicked around in the first 8 minutes of play here in the second half. Republic still on top of 1-0. Through ball. Looking for Wele. Wele, I believe, is out there. And he can't run it down, so Mitchell will get another throw in. Stalinese tries to head it back to Donjuan. Not able to get enough power on it, and so it goes right to Hernandez. Hernandez within. Stalinese does a good job to poke it away, up to Lopez. Now Gage Fisher comes up from the defense to challenge Wele. Wele for the ball. Zuniga goes in, doesn't get there, and now open on the left wing. Shot comes in right to Lightfoot. Did not have to move with the light-footed shot. That was Mejia, the left backer. He came up from his defensive spot and put a pretty powerful left-footed shot to Lightfoot. He couldn't catch it cleanly, knocked it down straight to himself. And that was probably the best shot on goal of the night for Carthage, besides the one that got called back for offsides. Stalinese loses his footing. Slide tackle, almost got the ball back. Now it's Garrido up to Wele. Wele back to Garrido. There was a comma between those Weles, by the way. I did not just say it 4 times. Pass went to Wele, comma, Wele, back to Garrido. It was not Wele. For that, it goes out of bounds, past the goal for a corner. Garrido from the near side. Take this with his right foot, so this is a good angle. He can bend this one towards the goal. Sends it out about at the end zone marker. Zuniga clears it away. Looking for Wanakaya. Wanakaya doesn't get there. Headed backwards, and now Lopez pops it up. Looking for Wele. Loses it. Ball headed around a couple of times. Ends up at the foot of Garrido. Garrido to Wele over the goal. Not sure if Lightfoot got a touch to that or not, or if it went clean over, but that one at least on target, just a foot or so over the crossbar, and Lightfoot did not, in fact, get a touch to that one. So Wele looking for the equalizer, and a good opportunity there, just put it a little bit over the goal, and so Lightfoot comes out for the goal kick. Hits Donjuan. Donjuan with the header to Wanakaya, doesn't get it. Now a through ball. Looking for Zuniga on the near side. Zuniga can't run that one down. Cleared away by Hernandez. Over to Mejia. Zuniga with the ball now, but Hernandez makes that Mejia down on the ground at the 30. So Mejia up, and he's going to go over to the sideline. Number 21, Silas Latham, comes in, and fun fact, I beat Silas Latham in tennis my junior year. Twice, actually, in the same day. Will Berry and I took him and somebody else down by a score of 8-1 in doubles on Carthage's tennis home opener. And then I followed that up with a 8-0 singles performance as well. Good times. Actually, that is not accurate. Silas Latham would have been in 8th grade when that took place. It was another dude named Silas with a last name that began with an L, whom I took down that fateful day in Carthage. The wind was blowing about 70 miles an hour or so. But so if you're out there watching and your name is Silas and you graduated from Carthage within the last 2 years, just know that I got the best of you on that one day. But it is not Silas Latham out there on the court right now. He's just a sophomore, so he would not have, in fact, been on the varsity Carthage Tigers tennis team. Zuniga looking for Wanakaya, headed away by the defense. Back to Zuniga, over to Donjuan. Donjuan cuts it back, gets by a couple of defenders up to midfield. Ends up at the foot of Schreiber, and the whistle blows. And they're going to call a foul against Donjuan. Quickly taken by Lopez over to Hernandez. And Hernandez with a good through ball. Mitchell able to get it. And then Olshafer over his head gets it to Donjuan. Donjuan box out on the sideline. Defender all over him. They get it out for a second, and then Garrido taken to the turf. And so a Carthage free kick from the 30-yard line. Way off on the right side of the field, so a lot longer than 40 yards. If I had the time, I could do a little a squared plus b squared equals c squared and figured out exactly how long the kick was, but we don't have time for that, as Garrido going to send one into the box. Latham got ahead to it, kicks it out to Hernandez. Hernandez swarmed, trying to keep possession of it. Tried to flick one in there on the left wing, ends up back at the feet of Mejia, and then knocked out of bounds by Republic, and Garrido going to take a throw in. Substitute coming in for Carthage on the defensive side. I can see Hernandez being taken out. Still can't see the number on who came in. Hernandez out. Wele. Try to go for a full court or full field pass to number 15, who I believe just subbed in. Good job by Olshafer. Gets it, knocks it out of bounds, and now Donjuan and Mitchell fighting for possession of it. Back to the middle of the field, cleared momentarily. Latham with it there with the left foot, kicks it up. Wanakaya gets possession of it, and he gets it up to Zuniga. Spin move, keeps possession of it, and our Republic going on the counter attack. Zuniga cuts it back and then lays it off behind him for Olshafer, going to allow the attack to formulate. Good pass from Olshafer up to Donjuan. Donjuan over his head to Zuniga, who heads it, keeps it in front of him. Now a dangerous bicycle kick attempt right there, and I think it might have got Zuniga. And that is a foul for sure, and it's a yellow card on the coach. So the coach for Carthage I assume had some words for the officials right there. So Jacob Osborne with a yellow card. Zuniga appeared to be all right, but I'm pretty sure that bicycle attempt caught Zuniga maybe on the shoulder. I don't think it was quite in the face, but high up, so an easy penalty for the official. So Osborne gets the yellow card and gives Republic a free kick on the 15-yard line, but over on the left sideline, so a pretty sharp angle for Mitchell. Probably just going to put this one in the box and hope someone for Republic can get ahead to it, or maybe a rebound attempt. Here comes Mitchell, chips it in the direction of Donjuan, over his head. Schreiber tried it, just able to pop it up, and then Latham comes in and knocks it out of bounds. So Republic free or throw in from the 10-yard line on the near side this time. Wanakaya and Perez going to come off for Hicks and Van Metre, I believe. Yes, Van Metre and Hicks in for Wanakaya and Perez at the midfield. Mitchell looking for Donjuan. Van Metre comes in and cuts it off, though. Kicks it up. Schreiber back in toward the middle of the field to Zuniga. Zuniga has Hicks to the right instead, looking for Mitchell, the center back, up now in the forward position after the throw-in, and he's going to stay up there with another Republic throw-in. Hicks going to let Schreiber come up and take it. Get another Republic attacker up forward. Throw-in comes into Hicks. Hicks touch too strong, loses it out of bounds. Carthage will take over. 23.5 left on the clock in half number 2. Republic still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Donjuan with the only goal of the game so far. Mentioned it earlier, this one would be a big win for Republic. They've won 2 in a row against Neosho and Parkview last week. Carthage ranked 22nd in the state, and that's including Class 1 teams as well. So Carthage, a good team, 4-2 on the year. So if Republic could manage to hang on here, it would be good for morale, especially if you consider no Will Fronebarger, who I believe to be the best player on this team, and no Braden Tharp. To add to that, another good player for the Tigers last year. 2 people that would almost definitely be starting if they were not injured. And so who knows, maybe if they can win this one, get them back, and they can set themselves up for a nice little run as we get to the midpoint of the season. Too rough with it there. Foul called on Carthage. Lightfoot going to come up out of the goalie box. The goalie box. Kick it from just past the 20-yard line. He can boot it a little bit. Van Metre got to that one. Donjuan almost able to keep possession of it. Up now at midfield. Knocked out of bounds by Olshafer. And Olshafer actually knocked it out of bounds off of a Carthage midfielder. So Republic will keep possession as we approach the 20-minute mark. Mitchell into Donjuan. Donjuan, good job of boxing out. He is swarmed by 3 Carthage Tigers. Somehow able to get it out of there up to Gage Fisher. And Fisher having problems with it. And Garrido putting the pressure on. And Garrido now, Zuniga's there. Garrido hits the deck. Zuniga with a good cutback move just past midfield. And intercepted by Hernandez, who runs a little bit with it. Kicks it up to Mejia. Mejia battling Donjuan. Van Metre stepped up as well, and now Olshafer with it, or on the defense on the far side, up to Mitchell. Mitchell keeps it in bounds, but goes right to a Carthage defender. And now a good through ball in on the right side. Going to have too much on it. Carthage going to squander that one, and it's a Republic goal kick. Right foot over the head of Zuniga. But Donjuan there looking for Van Metre, and Van Metre with it on the sideline. If he can outrun the last Carthage defender, gets body checked. No call there. Van Metre so unable to get that one and blows by Zuniga. Does Mejia on the far side, and then kicked out of bounds for a Republic throw-in. Great move on the sideline by Mejia to get by Zuniga. Mitchell high throwing, can't get it over the head of Latham. Mitchell puts the pressure on and forces Carthage out of bounds, so he takes the throw in to Donjuan. Donjuan heads it backwards to himself, fighting for it, unable to quite get there. Goes out of bounds, but Republic going to get another shot at it. Throw in from the 5-yard line. Under 20 minutes to go in this game. Republic on top 1-0, and now the clock will stop. Carthage defender down on the play. Mitchell looking for Donjuan in the box. Had 3 defenders on him, and so cleared out by Carthage. Olshafer now going to try to chase it down on the sideline. He just has to poke it out of bounds and give up the Carthage throw-in, or else he was going to get beat on the sideline. Latham loses the throw-in out of bounds. Republic takes over at the 40. Over to Latham in the middle of the field, looking for Silas Latham. And Silas loses it. He goes down trying to chase Zuniga down. Zuniga weaves between a couple, and then Latham gets it back, kicks it back up to Mitchell, and now Mitchell looking for Van Metre. Van Metre, right sideline, gets his settle taken away by Latham, and Van Metre loses it out of bounds. Latham goes down the track to get the ball and run it all the way back to about the 15 for a throw-in. Throws it in to Morales. Morales touched too strong, goes out of bounds for a Republic throw-in. So team's just trading throw-ins right now. No team able to really keep possession for any substantial amount of time right now. Mitchell to Donjuan, and Donjuan going to have a chance at this one. Gets by 1, puts a cross in, looking for Van Metre. Van Metre was there, couldn't get the foot to it. Now it gets kicked back towards Brock. Brock gets in front of it, knocks it out of bounds for Carthage. Van Metre was there. Good ball by Donjuan, but Van Metre just unable to quite get himself in position to get a shot off there. One Republic throw-in knocked away, and so another one incoming. Gets it to Van Metre. Van Metre loses it out of bounds. He was past the last line of defense, but no offsides on throw-ins. So it would have been legal if Van Metre could keep possession there and go for the goal, but he could not. His touch too strong. Carthage man falls down. That's Garrido. Falls down at midfield. Ball up to Zuniga for Republic. Zuniga looking for Van Metre in the middle of the field. Kicked away. Now back to Zuniga, who gets ahead to it, trying out run, and he cuts it back toward midfield. Lays it up for Donjuan. Donjuan tries to turn the corner. Hit pretty hard by Hernandez. Hernandez gets it for a second, and now Donjuan chases it down. Jumps over a slide tackle attempt, and he's still got the ball at the 40. Finally gets taken out just past midfield, and now it's Garrido with it. Garrido up to Wele looking for the sideline. Has a man over there. Gage Fisher, and now Donjuan comes in to help. Back to Wele. Wele trying to turn the corner, look for a cross, gets one in, and there's about 4 Tigers in the way, blocked by one of them. And so Carthage will have a free or a goal kick from the far corner. So both teams putting guys in the box, and a good time for Jabali Wanakaya to sub back in, get the tallest Tiger back out on the field, try to get ahead to this one. Garrido waiting for one last Carthage guy to get in the box, and he's going to make a run for it. Garrido over the head. Mitchell tried to head that one out and cleared away by Olshafer. Donjuan has come out of the game. Latham has it. Wanakaya on him. Zuniga tried to cut that one off. He did not get there. And so now Carthage going to settle it down, kick it back. Try to formulate some kind of attack here. Latham lays it up for Hernandez. Hernandez in the middle. Now Wele with it. Wele chips it, looking inside. Republic, Mikey Argo with the clearance attempt. And now Garrido, shot on goal taken out. And the shot went well behind the goal, had no chance. Ends up in the band section, but deflected by Argo. He kind of protested for a second, but so Republic has given up a corner kick, and Garrido over to take this one. Headed and light foot with the right hand, jumps and knocks it over the goal. Not sure who got ahead of that one for Carthage. Put it within the range of Lightfoot, had to jump up, got a right fist to it, sent it over the crossbar, and now another goal kick, or a corner kick for Carthage. Kicked around, long shot from Wele, right to Lightfoot, drops to one knee and fields it. Score still 1-0. 13:40 left in the game. Republic trying to hold on, pull off the upset here against Carthage. Lightfoot long kick out, bounces at the 35-yard line. Taken by Hernandez and now sent over to Mejia, the left back. In the middle to Latham. Zuniga there and forces the turnover. It's Brock with it, past to Zuniga. Zuniga with the right foot has to cut it back to midfield. Gets good, strong tackle by Carthage. Through ball coming in. Mitchell trying to get there. And Mitchell knocks it away out of bounds. Marco Donjuan coming back in, along with Schreiber, I think. And it is Schreiber. He made it hard for me. He didn't show me a number for a long time, but it is Schreiber that comes back in along with Donjuan. Carthage with it at midfield. Hicks charging hard. Over to Mejia. Mejia in the middle to Wele. Wele back to Latham. Latham through ball, looking for the right wing, able to keep it in off a one touch, but then that touch too hard, leaves it out of bounds. Mitchell with the throw in from the 5-yard line. 12 minutes to go in the game. 12 minutes for Republic to hold on. Wanakaya loses it right away and then kicked back away. Brock got a foot to that one. Wanakaya with the left foot, looking for Donjuan. Past him, and now it's Hernandez on the sideline. Loses it to Zuniga. Zuniga plays it up a little bit further. Donjuan still unable to get there. Trying hard. Carthage goes down. Foul called on Donjuan. Tripped him up a little bit, and so Carthage free kick from the sideline out about the 15-yard line. Up to Brock. Brock, header to Zuniga. Zuniga with a rare bad first touch, gives up possession. Through ball looking for Garrido. And Garrido able to get by Fisher. Lays it up toward the middle. Welle, one-time shot goes wide of the post. Welle came in from about the 10-yard line. Had a pretty open shot, and then the one-timer just goes left, went on the ground. And Lightfoot again didn't have to move for that one. Probably a good 4 yards to the left of the left goalpost. And so Carthage still out of the goal column. 1-0 remains the score as we approach the 10-minute mark in the game. Lightfoot boots it out to midfield. Latham there, and then Mitchell. Not sure if he even got a foot to that one. Might have just kneed that one out. Garrido heads it in the direction of Mejia and then chases it down himself as 3 Republic Tigers swarm. Kicks it all the way across field to the right sideline. Wanakaya gets outran momentarily. Garrido crosses it in right to Perez. Perez sends it out to Welle. Welle shot on goal. And Lightfoot has to dive. That one pretty much center cut, though. Lightfoot had shaded over to the left side of the goal as Welle took that one, and then ball took Lightfoot back toward the middle. Laid down for it. Fields it for another save and boots it out to about the 40-yard line where Donjuan is there. Donjuan can't get it. Hernandez with a touch to it. Now Lopez clears it up for Carthage, up to Welle. Welle, good stop from Mitchell to cut off the through ball. All the way back to Hernandez. Donjuan in pursuit, and they play it off for Julio Lopez, the goalkeeper for Carthage. Over the head of Chris Lopez, the attacker, and he loses it out of bounds for a Republic throw-in. Up to Stalinese. I don't know if Stalinese wasn't ready for that one or what happened there, but he's checked in. He loses it out of bounds for a Carthage throw-in. Pace of play really starting to pick up right now. 8 minutes left. Carthage knows they need to score. Welle taken to the ground by Gage Fisher, and it's going to be a free kick for Carthage within the hash marks at about the 17, 18-yard line, so 27, 28 yards out. And it's going to be Welle to take this one. 3-man wall for the Tigers. Welle just missed a shot left on goal, not a free kick. This one, ball's at the 20. 30 yards center cut for Welle. 8 minutes exactly on the clock as teams still continue to organize themselves in the box. Here's the whistle. And Welle goes for goal. Diving stop by Lightfoot. Good attempt from Welle, curling toward the outside post or the near post. And Lightfoot dives for that one and makes another good save, and the score still 1-0. 7.5 on the clock. Lightfoot will under that one up to Hernandez or Mejia on the near side. Header looking for Garrido, cleared off momentarily by Schreiber, and now Latham puts it back in. And Garrido with it for a second, kicked out by Ethan Meyer. Carthage throw-in. Mejia immediately throws it into Welle. Welle through ball in, and a move is made at midfield, but one touch too many. And Hernandez unable to get a clean shot off there. Took a couple of too many dribbles, tried to cut it back, and then tried to cut it back again. And at that point, he had lost the angle, and too many Tigers in the area. Puts it out to the left of the goal, and well, maybe it wasn't as bad as a shot as I thought, as it is a corner kick, so ricocheted off of a Republic defender somewhere in there. So now with 6:40 left, another Carthage corner. Headed out momentarily. Hernandez with it. He takes it to the right side of the field. Cross in. Man in the area, and that header just not on target. Wide open. Chris Lopez, the back. standing right on about the U of Republic, right in front of the goal with it, and then jumped up for the header and just could not put it on target. Goes way to the right of the goal, and so Lightfoot still with the clean sheet. Free kick, or the goal kick, rather, up, and Perez goes down. Welle takes him out. Foul called on Welle, and the Carthage Tigers Republic with a free kick from just past the 20-yard line. 5:45 left on the clock. Mitchell from the 20. Up to Wanakaya. Takes out Lopez in front of the bench. And it was a foul on Wanakaya, not out of bounds. And so a free kick from Lopez. Lopez looking for Latham, gets past him. Over to Stalinese. Stalinese gives it to Donjuan, who has to slide to keep possession, get it up ahead. And a foul called. Donjuan wasn't taken out. He slid to kick that ball. So I'm not sure if Carthage defender, can't tell who that is Lopez. Not sure if Klizmer Lopez said something or ran into Donjuan as he was laying on the ground, but a foul, and then the ref pretty upset with him, telling him to get back as Lopez tried to argue his case. It did not work. Mitchell up and clears it over the last line of defense for Carthage, all the way up to Julio Lopez, and Lopez drop kicks it out. 4:30 on the clock, 1-0 still to score. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell heads it another 15 yards back, and it's Latham with it now, sends it up. Republic defender falls down. Welle's on sides with the ball. Donjuan marking him pretty good, and now it's Hernandez comes in there, lets it go out of bounds for a corner kick, and Donjuan with some strong defense there in the box too, always dangerous. Thought that Carthage was going to get a penalty kick for a second. They choose to lay it off on the corner kick, and Welle's cross right to Lightfoot, jumps out and catches that one easily. Now under 4 minutes, it's 3:50 on the clock as Lightfoot clears that one all the way up to Wanakaya. Wanakaya might have a chance at this one, and a good job from Morales to head that one backwards. Gets it all the way up to Mitchell, who just goes ahead and clears it right away up to Zuniga. Wanakaya still laying on the ground. And finally, referee calls it as Wanakaya standing up. Carthage not happy about that. Clock stopped at 3:28 as he makes sure Wanakaya is okay, and he has to go off now. Connor Van Metre going to sub in for him. Everybody getting onto the attacking side for Carthage. Lopez tried to put one in the box. Mitchell with a strong header back out to midfield. Lopez comes flying in, takes out Zuniga, but gets possession of it. Zuniga almost had a chance at that one. Ball up past Stalinese. Hernandez kicks it. Mitchell blocks it back to Hernandez. And now Mitchell right there again. Mitchell chips it out and out of bounds over the head of Hernandez. Right in front of the Republic camera. 3 minutes on the clock. Hernandez throw in. Stopped by Gage Fisher. And now Schreiber clears it out past midfield up to the 40-yard line. Van Metre putting pressure on. Keeping Carthage honest here late. Mejia lays it off. And a dangerous tackle from Donjuan. No foul called there, and Perez takes over. Van Metre calling for it. He gets a through ball and not going to have a chance at that one, cut off by Morales. Hands it back to Van Metre. Van Metre with a throw-in, and now he's going to drop it for Marcus Mitchell. Another clock stoppage, and it's a yellow card. That one on Danny Morales. If I had to guess, I would say that Morales complaining that Republic's stalling here with just 2:19 on the clock. And to be fair, they probably were to an extent, but also just about every throw-in Republic's taken, and a Tiger has gone over there, picked up the ball, and then put it back down as they waited for a defender to come back up and get it. So not really out of the blue, but definitely time is a factor in the sport of soccer, and especially in this game, 1-0. Carthage has been knocking on the door a couple of late attempts. 2:19 on the clock. Mitchell, clock finally back. Looking for Perez, and just going to let that one go out of bounds for a goal kick. Latham does a good job to box out Perez and force the goal kick. 2-minute warning. Carthage runs it out. Not a good kick. Right to Perez. Perez up to Stalanis, just past his foot. And so Lopez with it on the far sideline. Republic looking to hold on. Zuniga has it now. Has Perez in the middle, able to find him. Perez cuts it back to the left side and loses it right away. And now Carthage on the counterattack. Donjuan comes in, has the angle, kicks it out of bounds for a Carthage throw in. 1:30 on the clock. To the middle to Welle. Stalanis marking him, lays it off for Hernandez. Hernandez up to Mejia. Mejia back to the middle of the field to Welle. Welle looking for Garrido on the through ball, kicked out by Ethan Meyer. All the way up to Latham. Latham loses it out of bounds for a Republic throw-in with 1:10 on the clock. So Zuniga goes over to take it and now lays it off for Mitchell again.
1 minute remaining in the match.
1 minute on the clock. Mitchell throws it up. Carthage defender kicks it out immediately, and that's not what Carthage wants to do, as time is an issue right now. So Mitchell will walk up in front of the Carthage bench and take another throw in. Not necessarily looking for anyone, just trying to throw it as far as they can. Van Mitri going to try to get there, doesn't. Lopez watches it go for a goal kick. 34 seconds on the clock. He rolls it up to Hernandez. Hernandez over to Mejia on the left back. Up to Lopez. Lopez to Garrido. Garrido with a good spin move back to Lopez, kicked out of bounds. Carthage keeps it. 20 seconds now. Mejia fakes one throw, and now right to Latham. Latham off the chest, and then a bad pass. Zuniga with it, and that should just about do it with 10 seconds left. Zuniga just trying to get as far away from the Carthage goal as possible, and Republic going to get a free kick, and probably not even going to have time to take it. Just hope Zuniga is okay as he's taken down in the last final seconds. And so Republic hangs on to win 1-0 over Carthage, conference opponent and a district opponent as well. Just the second time in program history the Republic has beaten Carthage in the regular season. So 2 wins for Republic in the regular season since 2010. 4 wins total, including the playoffs. 1-0 is the score. Marco Donjuan with a goal in the 33rd minute of the first half. And that's the only time the ball found the back of the net in this one, as that's the final score. So Republic's won 3 in a row. They've beaten Neosho, Parkview, and now Carthage in the past week. They moved to 5 wins and 4 losses on the season. Carthage 4-3 now on the year. So that'll do it for this broadcast. Republic getting the win over Carthage, 1-0. I believe our next broadcast on Republic Tiger Sports will be Friday in Ozark, as we watch Republic take on Ozark in football, and that should be another good matchup as Republic looks to get their season back on track after 2 straight losses to Webb City and Nixa. So that'll do it for this one. For Jeremy Cook, I'm Jack Cook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you Friday as Ozark takes on Republic. This one, the Tigers get the win 1-0 over Carthage.